this is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devils Saturday. This is Devils After Dark, coming to you live from the Primetime Radio Studios in beautiful New Jersey. And Scotty's beautiful on top of the mountains in Beverly Hills,
right,
California. As we're streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitter Live, and Twitch on the Let's Go Devils Network, as the Devils are inching closer to the top of the Metropolitan Division by beating the Montreal Canadiens tonight 3-1 at the Bell Center on the road. Akira Schmid with the win, while the Carolina Hurricanes, I believe they were shut out 4-0. It was a 4-0, 3-0. The hell with it. They got shut out, and then we got a big game tomorrow night at the Rock. But let's focus on tonight, Scotty, because there are a lot of great things to talk about in this game, because Dawson's line is streaking, and it's doing very well.
Yeah, it's a big game today, one that the Devils needed to enact some revenge for a couple weeks ago when they lost 5-2 at home against this Canadiens team, but it's a team that can't be taken lightly. We've said that before. Marty St. Louis got this team ready to play every single night. They go out there, they grind it, they use their speed, and they're a team it's not like they've been blown out in a lot of these losses here. There have been a lot of one-goal games, some empty netters coming in there, much like this one today. But the Canadiens have been in every single game just about in this last recent stretch there. So Devils had a big one to knock off here to make sure they keep pace with everyone else in the Metro. Game number 65, like Sam said, up there in Montreal. With the Habs on the road. The Road Warriors are back. Oh, what a rush. Akira Schmid in goal. No other changes. Ball still out. Smith is in. Curtis Lazar was at practice today, but not in the lineup. It was his first, I think, real practice. And we know Dawson Mercer had an 11-game point streak going. Tied himself with good old Brendan Shanahan for the franchise record 11-game point streak while you're under 21 and under years of age. And we know Dawson went and set himself a new record tonight because they have been dominating, and that is what that line did right off the bat in the first period. Nico, Tuna, and DM Dawson. Hey, guys. Gonna set a franchise record. Maybe you could buy me some beer later. It was about 90 seconds to about 2 minutes of the opening shift there. The Devils had the Canadiens pinned in their zone, and they were dominating. There's no other word for it. And then they came back out on their second shift and again kept the Canadiens pinned into that zone there in the first period. And that's something that we know is crucial for this team. Those slow starts, the two Achilles heel maybe three for this team have been, the odd man rushes, of course, but for the team, that's more on the defensive side, but for the team, the slow starts and then the late period goals against. And we had half of that in this game here, because they gave up one goal late in the period, but they really had a strong start in the first today. And that top line there with Nico, Tuna, and DM, man, were they going to town, creating some chances and havoc. And like we said, keeping the Habs pinned into the zone. And then eventually it was Big Bast coming through at 8:24 of the first period. Nathan Bastian gets a hard-working goal there, his 6th of the year, coming from Miles Wood, his 13th assist of the year. And don't look now, but Miles Wood is up in the 20s in his point count. Might be able to break 30 by the end of the season. Possible. I don't know how likely it is, but, maybe above 25. And you start thinking about that. Mikey McLeod is probably going to end up, I think he's got 23 points right now in the season, McLeod. And I think actually Miles Wood's got the same. Or maybe he's got 24. I'm not sure. But either way, when you start looking at a fourth line that has two guys with 25 to 30 points on the season, and Bastian, who we know missed a lot of time, that's something that is going to be important come playoff time, is rolling that fourth line and then being able to chip in with the secondary scoring. But this one was some forechecking beast mode. Big Bastian brings it into the zone, and I cue the Benny Hill music. Somehow Bastian skates right in the middle of not one, not two, but three. That's right, the three-time heavyweight doofs of the world that'll probably be on the hockey, Follies collection over there. Somehow Bastian skated right in between all three converging Canadians, and they all ran into each other and fell down. Not kidding. Go back and look at it. I really seriously heard the Benny Hill music when they showed the replay going on. Like, you could speed it up a little bit and just pretty bad on the coverage right there. But Bastian makes him pay because he walks through those three. He gets behind the net, and some puck battles along the boards ensue with him and Miles Wood. And Bastian's able to get the puck back, and he walks out right in front of the net from behind the goal, and he's able to put a wraparound shot on Jake Allen. And you know what? I think it deflected off of a Habs defenseman, and boom, in the goal. Devils up 1-0 at 8:24 of the first. Big Bash gets his 6th of the year. And then after that happened, the Habs kind of turned it up a little bit. They started putting some pressure on the Devils. Akira Schmid stood tall in goal, which was a theme all night. And actually, it was, what's his first name? Richard? Don't call me Rocket. I can't remember what his first name is, but not related to the Rocket Richard. But Richard was able to split the D on a nice lead pass over there for the partial breakaway, and Akira Schmid came up huge with a 5-hole save, no rebound. You take away those extra opportunities, especially on those breakaways like that. Forwards are always looking to chip the puck in the net, or someone's probably going to be trailing at that point as well. No rebound given up there by Akira Schmid. Great on that play. And then a little bit after that, the captain strikes. And this one was not challenged or reviewed, but Dawson Mercer gets the puck into the zone, and somehow or another, he's got all the time in the world. He delays in the very high center slot position, basically at the point. And he's kind of delaying, and he's looking around. It's like a quarterback dropping back, and there is no rush on him whatsoever. He's been able to go through like 2 or 3 different checks before he passes the ball. Dawson Mercer was like right there, and no one was on him. And he was able to look around and able to go to his second option, which I do believe was Damon Severson. Yes, it was. And Severson was able to put the shot pass towards the net, and both Tuna and Nico were parked right in front there, creating havoc in front of Jake Allen. And this one doesn't go off a Tuna, and it doesn't go off a Nico's stick, but his skate. And right into the net. No kicking motion here. Good goal, not challenged by Marty St. Louis. Devils up 2-0 at 18:59 of the first. He sure gets his 28th, getting closer and closer to that 30 mark. Severson gets his 18th assist on the season, and Dawson Mercer, that's his 27th. It's a big old DM putting the points on the board, and he continues his point streak to a franchise record 12 games straight for someone 21 years old and under. And by the way, he's got 20 points in those 12 games. 11 goals, 9 assists. That is a man who is on fire. Hey, guys, maybe you buy me some beer. And then We get to the second period. Haula, man, he set up Palat for a beauty of a shot. I'm not sure if Jake Allen got it or if it went off the crossbar or a little bit of both, but huge shot attempt right there by Palat. Akira Schmid had the old shoulder flex save off of, was it Anderson, I think? I can't remember exactly who took the shot, but Akira Schmid, woo, baby, came out with that big shoulder flex save. Jack did a spin move that took Savard essentially out of his skates, and he just like fell over afterwards. So Jack Hughes was looking good through the first two periods until the very end of the second, which we're going to get to. Top line came back out there for another dominating shift. Tatar, man, he kept that play going with some hard work along the boards. Again, another spin move, walking away, and just keeping the Habs trapped into that zone. Severson then was the culprit late in the second period, and this is what we're talking about, those late goals at 18:23 of the second period. Damon Severson, instead of just chipping the puck up the boards or making sure that he got it out of the zone, he kind of delayed a little bit, and Pitlick came in, and he poke-checked it away from Damon, just basically knocked it between his legs. It bounced beautifully off the boards because Damon was backed up below the goal line against the boards in the corner. The Pitlick hits a stick, pokes it, puck, boom, off the backboards and back out. It was like a perfect pass to himself. And he's able to feed Gurananov, who's streaking in there, and just lets a rocket of a shot go for his fourth of the year. No chance for Akira Schmid on this one. High glove side off of the turnover, and late period goal against. Once again, one of the Achilles heels of this team that they got to work on. And then after that, Jack Hughes blocked a shot, but I believe he got tripped off of the faceoff in the defensive zone. And someone, I can't remember which, it might have been Savard, put just a big monster slap shot right into Jack Hughes' back. He skated off a little gingerly, so we want to make sure Jack is okay and everything like that. We've all noticed that there's been maybe a step missing in his game since the All-Star break. And we all know those damn Kachuk brothers, with the one doing Brady doing the horse collar tackle on him in the middle of the friggin' All-Star game. But either way, Jack comes back and plays the rest of the game. Third period starts. Oh, the captain had a breakaway lead. I think it was Tatar who pushed the puck forward to Nico, and it was just out of his reach, and Nico is skating, trying to get it, and Jake Allen beats him to the puck. A little goalie forward racing, and Jake Allen just, big swipe with the goal stick. It kind of knocks it away, and Nico almost gets possession of it, and if he did, it would have been a wide open net because it went over to his forehand side. And if he, it was that close over there. Palat also had one. He chipped it out to Jesper Bratt. Bratt used his speed to get around the defense and then kind of cuts in front of the goalie. Jake Allen kind of tries to put a nice little backhand forehand move on it, but Allen gets that one. And then, a lot more saves from Akira Schmid, standing tall in that third period. The Habs had a number of excellent chances there. One that went off the post. Woo, baby, that was a close one. Went off the post right there near the end of the game. Habs had a 6-on-5 advantage, pulling the goalie. And then I believe it was Dougie Hamilton working the puck up to Nico Hischier. They took their time on that empty net goal and really worked the puck up the ice. Dougie over to Nico, who was being hounded by the Habs defense. And he's able to slide it across to Thomas Tatar, and Tuna takes it in there, and another one of the Habs defense was back playing goal over there, and he's able to make a little move and put the backhander top shelf, one of the prettiest empty net goals you're probably going to see, home for the Devils. 3-1 victory there at 18:30 of the third. They're able to hold them off for the final minute and a half, and by the way, with that assist right there, Nico's 33rd. I'm sorry, I forgot to give you the stats there. That's Tatar, his 15th empty net ENG. from Heischer, his 33rd, and Dougie Hamilton, his 44th assist on the season. But with that 33rd assist and 28 goals, yeah, that'll do it. 61 points. That's a new career high for your captain, Nico Heischer. And he's played. Didn't Nico miss a game or two at the beginning of the season, or was that preseason? I think he's played every game so far. So that's 61 in about 65 games. That's almost at a point per. And that's pretty damn good there for the captain. That's what we like to see. And would love to see him get past that 70 mark. I have a good feeling that he will, especially the chemistry that has been forming with this top line over the past, 2 or 3 weeks. Tuna, Nico, and DM, man, those guys seem like they've been playing together their whole entire life. They just know where they are on the ice. I said it last game. It was a la like the old A line. We know the potency for scoring that they had, and I'm not trying to make a comparison there. But when Elias and Sikora and Arnott were out on the ice together, they didn't have to look for passes, and it just seemed like they knew exactly where the other guy was going, what he was thinking, where he's going to be. And I get a lot of the same feelings when I see that top line out there on the ice for the Devils right now. Their game completely complements each other. They all kind of play the same way. And it's just been a fun ride so far. As we've been seeing Timo Meier get adjusted, Jack Hughes dealing with probably an undisclosed injury. And by the way, Timo, keep your friggin' stick down. Why were you waving it up in the air again in the final minutes of the game and came that close to yet another high-sticking penalty in a close game late? Keep your damn stick down, dude. You're not in San Jose anymore. All right? Please. If there's anything you can do, don't try to, what was it again? Tickle in the roof rafters. No tickle in the roof rafters. I think that was our man JP, or maybe that was Max who came up with that one. No tickling the roof rafters with your stick. Keep that damn thing down, especially in the last 5 minutes of the game. If whoever got clipped, whoever was over there for Montreal, because there was like 2 players near him, whoever got clipped, that would have been a good opportunity for a double minor. So, Timo, please just keep the stick down. Keep the stick down. Or else you're going to be finding yourself on the bench in the final 5 minutes of the game. Either way, Devils win. 92 points on the season. Ayo! Carolina Hurricanes lose. Thank you, Vegas Golden Knights. You may have upset us a few days ago. But we will take this W from you against the Carolina Hurricanes, because that sets up tomorrow a first-place showdown. If the Devils win, they will be tied with the Carolina Hurricanes, who do have 1 game in hand against the Devils. But right now, Canes with 94 points, Devils with 92. Woo! Sunday showdown on the way tomorrow. And like I said, that fourth line starting to put up points. Starting to see the totals for this whole season. And if Curtis Lazar gets in there as well, don't know exactly where he's going to play, but probably would be down there on that fourth line. Maybe the third, we'll see. I doubt that, but probably down there on that fourth line. But either way, Wood and McLeod, both reaching the 20-point mark, probably going to be past that 25 mark. That's good. That's good for a fourth line over there, having 2 guys like that. If one of them reaches 30, I'll be ecstatic by the end of the season. But we need that momentum from that fourth line going into the playoffs. You got to be able to roll 4. So good hard victory from the New Jersey Devils tonight against a pesky Montreal Canadiens team. Your 3 stars of the game. Nico gets your first. Jake Allen gets your second. And old DM, the man with the waffle. Hey, guys, I got 3rd star in a franchise record. Can you buy me some beer? Shots on goal for the Devils. 11, 16, 10 for a Slayer reigning blood, raining pucks tribute total of 37. raining pucks from the Devils on the ice. Montreal 897 for a total of 24. Face-off percentage. Man, it ended 50-50, which is insane because I think the Devils were, it was like 12-3 in face-offs in favor of the Devils after the first period. That's how dominating they were there in that first period. So Montreal actually started to win some face-offs, but that, I think it was. I think I wrote that down. I did, 12-3. It was 12-3 at the end of the period there, and it ended up split even 50-50. No power plays for either team. Hits, the Devils were mightily out-hit here, 34-17. 26 blocks for the Canadiens, 20 for the Devils. 16 giveaways for the Habs, 19 for the Devils. Don't like seeing that, especially one of them leading to the only Habs goal there by Damon Severson. So there's still parts of the game they need to clean up. These giveaways are a big one. Watching the play, watching the puck happen, that's another. Need to clean that stuff up a little bit as we're getting close to the playoff time, but this is going to be a great test here this upcoming week. Man, you got a battle for first place tomorrow against Carolina. Then you got Tampa twice, and then you got Florida, who's pushing for a playoff spot, and then you get Tampa again. And Tampa's been, I don't even know where, I think they played today. I got to look. Did they win today? Because they were cold, and then they won a few, then they lost again. Wait, that's Friday. Let's go to Saturday. Did Tampa play today, or are they playing now? Got to look. They won. They beat the Blackhawks. So Tampa's been kind of like hot and cold, hot and cold, hot and cold. So we'll see them on Tuesday, I believe, is when they come in to the Rock. That is correct. Devils get 1 day off. Kira Schmid looking good. What do we do? Do you ride him again? I think Vanacek will be in goal tomorrow night. I love that new goalie gear he has. I hope it's not what the bad luck charm is, because it seems as soon as he changed his goalie gear, he started having a little bit of bad luck over there.
He needs to break it in.
He's let in 13 goals in his last 3 games. That's very un-Vanacek-like. For someone who's been giving us that over 900 save percentage for the entire season, these last 3 games for Vanacek have been very un-VTech-like. So I think we're going to find out tomorrow. Would think he'll be in goal. We'll see if Smith gets another start. Does Kevin Ball get back in there on the back-to-back? And does Curtis Lazar get a start in there? We shall see. We'd love to know what you think about it, though. YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Twitter Live, and Twitch. We're going to turn it over. Tampa's lost 7 of the last 10. Thank you, Bill. They did. They beat Chicago today. Okay. Marty Brodeur is hexing him. No one puts that J on their mask. No one has the flame. Only Marty. But we got to turn it over to the natural himself, the nature woo. Sam by God Woo, the king of the football calls and the most natural heel in the business. Just look at his Twitter if you want to see what I'm talking about. Because no matter what Sam does, oh boy, he gets the heel heat. I'm telling you, wrestlers would pay for your heel heat, Sam Woo. I don't know how you do it, but we're going to have to get you a Ric Flair. Well, instead of the Nature Boy, you'll be the Nature Woo.
Sure,
we're going to have to get you a Ric Flair robe.
Why not?
So you can walk around the arena and stuff and at American Whiskey and everything next time.
Yeah.
Woo!
I'll tell you, Scotty, if you say something positive, you're like magnetic on Twitter. I've got like 12 screenshots I haven't even sent to our group text yet. Oh, there's some good ones in there.
Check out Sam Woo's Twitter. We get a kick out of it every single day. But Sam, I've never met anyone who got more natural heel heat than Sam Woo. So the Nature Woo coming through there. Sam by God Woo. As Ric Flair, we used to like to say, mean by God Woo! Gene! You remember Mean Gene Okerlund at least?
Yes, I do.
Okay, there
Yeah,
we go.
Yeah, we have common ground right now. But Scotty,
Okay.
let's talk a little. Excuse me, Devils hockey. I've said this many times on the podcast, and I'll say it again, that I value chemistry over analytics any day. Player stats. When the Devils got Timo Meier, my biggest concern was team chemistry because the first two lines had it all. But right now, the Dawson Mercer line with Tatar and Heischer is just cooking right now. It is literally carrying the team right now. I would even say the third line with, let's just say, Haula and Palat and whoever's on the wing. Right now it's Jesper Bratt. I think right now the Jack Hughes line with Timo Meier, it's going to take some time, but that tells you the value. You can't put a dollar value or trade value on team chemistry, and right now the first line has it. Timo being in the mix, I mean, Bill Spaulding alluded to the fact that they haven't had a real practice yet because they've been on the road since Meier's been on the team, and same with Lazar, and that's fair. That's fair. I gave it 6 games before Timo Meier really finds his stride with the New Jersey Devils. I don't know why people on Twitter took it differently out of context.
Because you're the natural.
Well, yeah.
You're the nature woo.
They thought I was angry, but actually I was just responding to Nick Villano's pucksandpitchforks.com article that he stressed to be patient with Meier, and I said, yeah, I'll give it 6 games before we see him rip it up. So the 6th game would be this Tuesday, and today was what, the 4th game? Tomorrow will be the 5th
Wasn't it the
game.
3rd?
No, the 4th. The 4th game. Because the first game, well, the last 2 games prior to this game, he had the high sticking penalty and then the tripping penalty. Today was his fourth game. Trust me, they remind me on Twitter all the time. I know. So
okay,
yeah, I'm gonna make a suggestion here. If I was Lindy Ruff, and I'm gonna change up the lines because right now this is the time to change up the lines when you have acquired 2 new players. I would actually move Meier to the 3rd line with Haula and Palat, and move Jesper Bratt back up on that 2nd line, where you know that they were doing very well prior to this trade.
I was going to ask about that, how you feel and how everyone online feels about Bratt being moved down to that 3rd line. Now, I know at the beginning of the season, I was one who was like, Jack and Jesper can't play together on the same line because they're too small, but they have incredible chemistry, those 2 guys. You see Correct. It on the power play all the time. With Hughes doing those cross-ice passes to set up Jesper Bratt for those one-timers. And I understand that Jesper and Timo both play that right-wing position. But I don't know. I feel like Boquist, when he was down there on that 3rd line with Palat and Haula, I mean, I guess they played well today, but I feel like they just had like a different spark when Boquist was down there on that 3rd line. And I don't know. Well, tell me what you think. You think that Timo should go down to the 3rd with Palat?
I don't view it as going down. I think he'd be better with Palat.
Yeah, well, yeah, I did going down. Yeah, that's a big bad choice of words there.
Yeah, no. I'm not harping on linguistics with you. It's just more of because a lot of fans think that the 3rd line is like the 3rd best line. It's nothing like that. There's but right now it seems like Lindy Ruff's system is to roll 4 lines. Your best players are the ones that are actually out on the ice, and I think it would serve the Devils well to do that. I mean, if you're going to make a change, and also. Where do you put Lazar when he comes back?
Sharon Govich as well. That's another one.
Yeah, that's another one. This is depth, folks. This is depth. Competition's good. I thought Boquist. There was one sequence, Boquist. He was like in cheat code mode when he was hitting people.
Yeah.
When he was hitting people.
Yeah, he's
like,
played well.
He's very
He's
well.
definitely played well, but that chemistry that he seemed to really just sync right up there with Palat and Holla. I don't know. I'm not sold on. I mean, I don't know. I've been wrong before, so I'll leave it up to Lindy. Yeah. I mean, he's put. I didn't think these line changes would be any good, and the top line turned out to be is phenomenal. And this is they got to stick together now. But I think there's definitely something that's ailing Jack a little bit.
Yeah.
I think him and Timo are both big time players, and they're still trying to find their footing. And I don't know. I'm not sold yet on the Boquist move up and Bratt move down, because I just really like the way Bratt plays with Jack. And maybe you're right. Maybe it's Timo goes down, or goes, again, bad choice of words, shifts to the third line. Let's say that. Shifts to the third line with Palat and Holla. And that could be a real bruising line.
Because Palat and Holla do a lot of the dirty work, and Timo Meier is your stud sniper. That's the way I'm looking at it. If you put Holla, I mean, look, Holla, if I do Game Day Live, Holla never finishes like tonight. But if Shorts Guy does Game Day Live, he finishes and scores goals. But all joking aside, Holla and Palat, I mean, Palat, there's a reason why Palat got $6 million, to play for the New Jersey Devils. He did a lot in Tampa, and even his teammates would agree that Palat was a big part of Kucherov's success. And I think, look, the way Boquist is playing now, a Boquist, Bratt, Hughes line, they can keep up with Jack Hughes. Jack Hughes, it's hard to keep up with Jack Hughes. I mean, at times it almost seems like Timo Meier's laboring
even injured
out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that Meyer sucks. I'm just saying he's got to get used to the, he's got to get used to the.
Sorry, Bocce Galoop is back, and so's oh my goodness, nice to see you fellas. It's been a little bit, I feel like, but he's got Curtis Lazar batting DH, so that's good to know. I love how we do our cross pollinating of sports all the times, whether it's like football or baseball references all in here to the hockey teams, basketball, soccer, whatever.
Mr. May.
Curtis Lazar's batting DH.
Bill Agnew, Holla will be Mr. May.
Holla will be Mr. May. I hope so.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That'll mean we're doing pretty well. But Holla, he had a 3-game point streak. He had 6 points in those 3 games. It came to a close tonight. And I'm just wondering, those started with Boquist down there on that third line. And now last game he bumped up. Holla still got the goal last game. But I'm wondering if there just seemed to be like that instant chemistry there with that third line. Much like the top line has just seemed like, wow, these guys have always been playing together, right? No, it's only been 3 weeks, actually. It's like, what? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
But that third line really seemed like Palat and Holla really seemed to be able to, like we grinded out a lot of these spots, but Boquist with his speed was really able to take advantage of them. Maybe Timo can do that as well,
Yeah.
But I don't know. Something's not working now with that third line for me. I'm not sure. And I just don't know. And Jack does look a little injured. I'm not going to lie about that. He seems to be gutting through it. Who knows? Maybe he takes a day off.
I'm telling you, I've been the proponent of game management, for Jack Hughes.
Brian Gibbons. Whoa, Selecta. Brian Gibbons. Half a year Gibbons. When he started out on fire for the first half of the season, and then he just like
Andre Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah, first Devil to 11 goals or something like that one season, and then we just didn't hear from him again. No football calls for like 2 months.
But yeah, that was it. Done. And Felix, you're right. Jack has been taking some hits. He took another one today. Suki going with the big Papa Pump. Scott Sider, holla if you hear me. Holla if you hear me. I have to get the siren going on and everything like that.
Yeah.
Big Papa Pump is your hookup. Yeah, I don't know. But that third line, to me, it wasn't convincing today. But with Boquist down there, I don't know. It seemed like they had something special going.
Yeah.
And I know the issue is there, like kind of Jesper and Timo play the same sort of position. So that's where we run into a little bit of a problem. So it makes sense to, move Jesper to the third line or move Timo to the third line. But I think they're going to, I don't know, like Jack and Jesper just seem to have really good chemistry.
Yeah.
But I'll leave it up to Lindy. He's done, as you've said, Sam Wu. I wanted Lindy fired last New Year's, and Sam Wu was the one who said, you know what, I'm going to go against the grain. I think Lindy's doing the right things here. And Sam put his word out there that we should keep Lindy. It would be the best move to keep him. And I got to say, you've been right.
Yeah, it's not about right or wrong, Scotty. He was. I just felt gut feeling, despite what the record stated at that time period, was he was the only coach that can coach this team because it was such a young team that you don't want to do what the Rangers did and just completely wipe out the continuity, put in a veteran coach, and basically mortgage the future for now. That's what they did. The Devils right here, look, they're looking good. Timo Meier will eventually be scoring. It's just, he's actually already has, but he's going to have more of an impact. That's what I more meant. Once he gets, used to his teammates and the system, I'll tell you, Lindy Ruff's system is very aggressive. And, some of these players, I mean, look, Alexander Holtz, why is he in the AHL right now? Is because Lindy, it was, I think I sent you that screenshot, that Lindy was not going to give him a pass, even though he's got a great gift with that shot of his, Alexander Holtz, that you got to skate. And I think Timo Meier, I think, moving him to the, with Palat and Haula, I think they'll operate at his speed. And because those two they will do the dirty work, you could see Meier getting a lot of great looks in the end.
Mm-hmm.
That's my inkling. And then if you move Bratt back with Jack, now he's got two speedy wingers back. Like, I'm not saying that Meier's slow, but I'm like, in terms of like hockey IQ,
I think Sam Wu said Timo Meier's slow. I think that's what he said right there. I think that's what he said.
Yeah. If you disagree, you can find me on Twitter at Primetime Sam Wu.
The Nature Wu.
Yeah.
Woo! The biggest heel in the company right over here. Well, we'll see what happens tomorrow if Lindy makes any tweaks or not. Like we said, I think VTech will be back in goal for tomorrow. I'm wondering if Brendan Smith didn't play horribly tonight. He didn't take any penalties. That's been the big thing with Brendan Smith is he was taking like 2 penalties a game, and no one took one tonight for either team, which is very uncommon.
Timo almost blew that one, though.
Timo almost blew it there at the end of the game. They're waving a stick around
he
again.
got lucky that he didn't hit anybody in the helmet. That one sequence. So,
but we'll see if they tweak anything, if Ball gets back into the lineup. Like we said, VTech will probably be in there tomorrow. And do they shuffle those lines around a little bit, lines 2 and 3? Do they shuffle them? Does Lazar get in there? Do they pull Bastian out for a game, even though he just scored in, 2 of the last 3. Do they do that to get Lazar in there? Do they rest Jack for a game? Do they put Lazar in and just rest Jack for a game?
Yeah.
Because Boquist can play center as well. So maybe that's something to look at as well. Maybe Jack needs a breather. And Nico, I know Nico blocked the shot there at the end. I think the captain will be just fine. I don't think there's, unless his foot is broken, I don't think he's missing this game tomorrow. And I don't think you're going to be able to peel Jack out of the lineup for this game tomorrow either, because it's for a first place position. Tie first place.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you're going to be able to peel either or of them out unless their leg is literally falling off.
Yeah.
If I was in that locker room, I don't know any player that would want to come out of the lineup for tomorrow's game. Sometimes, those veterans are like, yeah, I can use a rest here and there. I don't think anyone is going to request a rest day tomorrow. They should be pumped, ready to go. There's going to be a lot of fans down there at the Rock.
American whiskey.
We'll be there. Getting ready for the game with Game Day Live and, of course, Devils After Dark afterwards. The Sunday night special. Boom, baby. Hopefully talking about a big Devils victory and a share of first place, albeit Carolina still has 1 game in hand, right? I just want to check to make sure, right? They're 64, yep, and we are 65. Games played. We're only 2 points behind, and we're now even in goal differential. We're both at a plus 55. How the hell is Boston? By the way, Boston clinched today. They got 105 points. They are plus, and they're plus 105 in the goal differential. Holy!
Do you know what's separating Boston and the New Jersey Devils? Bajagaloop. Thank you.
Is doing it.
No, thank you for the super chat. He says thanks for the shout out, Scotty. Love you guys. LGD. Bajagaloop, tell us where you're from. Yeah. Tell us where you're from, Bajagaloop. I believe he's out in Europe.
The Jersey or New York guy, I thought.
No. He's donating either Swiss francs or euros. I can't tell. I don't have my currency straight. Yeah, remember, we are the leader in Germany and Switzerland. The Let's Go Devils podcast.
Okay.
We are the leader.
Very nice.
Yeah. Thank you, Bajagaloop.
Leader.
Yeah, we are the leader. Yeah.
Leader.
And you can tell the currency difference because it's really $21.29 that he put down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, sir. Most appreciated right there. Good old Bachigaloop. But yeah, looking at these rundowns here, Devils and Rangers.
He lives in Australia. No.
Oh, he's Australian, mate.
No, Austria.
I lived in Melbourne.
It was a movie reference, Dumb and Dumber.
Oh. Better put another shrimp on the barbie.
Nice accent you got there. New Jersey?
Jersey? Oh man. I was gonna say I lived in Australia for quite some time. Born and raised in Somerset County.
Wow.
Look out, baby. I was born at Somerset Hospital.
Really?
But I grew up in Middlesex Township.
Yeah, I was born in Morristown Memorial Hospital back in 1978.
Okay.
Yep.
I beat you to it, Felix. I have the microphone, so, I have an unfair head start here, buddy. But I see your movie mind is just as great as I. Oh, Felix born in Somerset, too.
Hey,
Jonathan in Inglewood?
Why don't we ask that question? Where were you born?
Where were you born in New Jersey?
Martin Rosario says, shame Chuck Fletcher was fired. Did a hell of a job screwing up the Flyers. You love to see it. LGD. Let me tell you something, Martin. Here's my comment.
Thank you, Martin.
Chuck Fletcher is actually
Inglewood too.
I just want to say Chuck Fletcher is actually a great executive and GM. He never had a shot. The way things they are running Philly with Comcast, now, when the Snyder family sold the team to NBC Comcast, nobody knows what's going on in Philadelphia. So I think this thing is going to be like for years. Nothing will ever improve there. That's my opinion.
Ted has got the best birth spot, the classic wrestling spot of parts unknown.
Oh,
very,
okay.
very nice. Selecta's Crown Heights, Brooklyn. All right.
All right.
Can someone seriously buy Dawson Mercer a beer? He probably deserves it. Hey, Nico, you buy me a beer? I just, set a franchise record and all.
If anybody does that in front of Dawson for an autograph sign, that'd be great.
Oh, man.
Hey, Dawson.
Oh, man.
I thought you talked like this.
Dawson Mercer must hate us.
I wonder, sometimes you wonder. I mean, I wonder if they actually listen to this podcast. Because, it was weird because the whole Andreas, Johnson
Don't call
thing.
me Andre Johnson.
Yeah. And then suddenly his last name is Johnson. With
he would have given away Nico Hischier for draft picks. Oh, man. Yeah. We'll see, Max. I don't know if he'd be laughing that. He'd be like, what the hell? I don't sound like that at all, guys.
Yeah. Those guys are a bunch of jerks. You guys are a bunch of jerks.
You guys are a bunch of jerks. I don't sound like that at all, man. Come on.
Yeah,
You want to buy me a beer?
Stop bullying me, okay? That's cyberbullying. Oh, man. Yager used to be out on the town all the time. Yep.
Good lordy. That guy's still out of the town, just in the Czech Republic now.
You know what's
when
really
he's not
funny?
Randomly playing hockey games at like 50-some years old.
You know what's really funny? If you go back to the 2000 Stanley Cup video when they won the cup,
Ronaldo.
When they won the cup,
Don't forget to bring a towel.
when they won the cup and they showed all the champagne, everybody drinking, and then they see a wholesome video of Scott Gomez with his parents with nothing in his hand. I think he was 19 at the time.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we should start moving into some you versus woo right now. Our season-long score predictions brought to you by our good friend Dave Singer and his Victory Bucks. Timo Meier, TM'd.
Yeah.
We've been doing it all season long, so thank you, everyone, for playing along. And Sam Woo, don't forget to bring a towel, you guys. Dawson Mercer might score a goal. Sam Woo, was Vinny on Game Day Live today?
Yes, he was.
He was. Okay. What did Mr. Vinny have for his score prediction?
5-2 Devils.
5-2 Devils. Okay.
Thank you, Max, for the victory bucks.
Thank you, Max.
The Timo Meier trademark.
The TM. They're Timo Meier. How about you, Sam Woo? What did you have for your score prediction today?
5-4 Devils in overtime. I was taking I forgot who predicted that. I stole that prediction from somebody in the YouTube live.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Jonathan, don't forget to bring it.
But
just in case
Chris Margotti,
Chris
Margotti he was the closest out of all of our fans. He had 3-2 Devils.
Okay.
So we got the OTL.
All right, Christopher.
Yeah.
You get the single point today for getting the Devil score right.
A point's a point.
I don't think we had a lot of Selecta had 4-2. Okay. Cornhole's arrived.
Yep. No
Yeah, we got a big
tomorrow.
game tomorrow, Cornhole.
Yep. No
Big
excuses
game tomorrow.
Ronaldo Lyon, thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Much appreciated.
Oh, JP had 3-0, so that you get the point too there, bud.
Oh,
very nice.
All right.
JP gets the point. Oh, Ronaldo had 4-3. Okay.
All right, not bad.
Yeah, pretty good. I think everyone did a pretty good job tonight.
Excellent.
Took some single points there.
Yeah.
Some OTLs. And we'll see how we do because we're coming right back tomorrow once again here on the Let's Go Devils Podcast Network for a little Game Day Live and Devils After Dark for this huge matchup with the Carolina Hurricanes.
American Whiskey's going to be hopping tomorrow on a Sunday night.
American Whiskey is going to be hopping. Cornhole had 6-3. Max had 4-2. Okay, yeah. So Max, actually, that's what I'm going to go with tomorrow. I'm going to go with a 4-2 Devils victory over the Carolina Hurricanes tomorrow. I think it'll be 3-2. I think they'll get another empty netter at the end of the game.
I'm going with,
I know I don't ever usually get into the score predictions, but I'm going to go with it tomorrow. I'm going to go 4-2 Devils.
I'm going, barring any high stinking incidents or tripping or anybody, any bad penalty, 2 minutes left in the game. I'm going 5-3 Devils.
You're going to go 5-3. Okay.
Yeah, this is a
I got
big
Max
game.
and Max and Michael, don't call me Bill Goldberg, both with 4-2. Jonathan's going 2-1. Bill's calling for the Holla Hattie. Holla, if you hear me.
You know what? I better get Shorts Guy on the horn. I'll just produce Game Day Live from American Whiskey. Just to have Shorts Guy and Vinny do it remotely.
Okay.
Just to get Holla scoring a Hattie.
Okay, so Selecta and Cornhole are going to go 5-3 tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm 5-3. I'm going 5-3.
And Sam Woos to 5-3. Okay, so we're going to see how this goes.
Yeah.
Big game.
It's a tremendous
This is the one.
game.
You got to come to play hard, boys. I think everyone on this team should be up and ready to rock tomorrow, even though it's a back-to-back. This is for a tie for first place. And the Canes are coming off an L. Let's make it 2 in a row.
Exactly.
We still have a game in hand, but if we could get tied up here, that is good things for the New Jersey Devils.
Agreed.
And start this positivity going, because we know, like we talked about, the Tampa Bay Lightning been a little up and down lately. More down than up, but still, they are the Tampa Bay Lightning. And we got to play them 3 out of the next 4. That is not easy to beat a team 3 times in a row like that.
Agreed on all levels.
And Florida's pushing as well. What's Florida? Florida is now just 3 points behind the Islanders and the Penguins, because the Penguins won today. So Florida's pushing for that last playoff spot as well. And we know the Islanders somehow have played the most games out of anyone. They're at 68 games played. Florida's at 67. Pittsburgh's got 2 games in hand on Florida and 3 games in hand on the Islanders. But Florida's going to be coming with a growl. Bad pun intended right there on next Saturday, right? I believe we play next Saturday.
Yep. Saturday, it's that back-to-back snowbird.
Back-to-back down there in FLA.
Yeah, the snowbird games down in Florida. Just also an hour ago, coming over the wire, Michigan beat Ohio State University 7-3. Luke Hughes' team, so they're advancing pretty nicely right now. The Michigan Wolverines. Just wanted to put that out there.
If the Sens lose tonight, our magic number shrinks to 6. Very nice, Max. Woo!
6 games. Or 6 wins.
I swear, I thought the Devils would be in Florida's position right now. That's where I thought they would be this season. And the fact that we are so far ahead of that?
Yeah. I'll tell you what. You know what's separating Boston and
we're almost we're 19 points ahead of where Florida is right now. That is crazy.
And what's crazy to think is what's separating Boston Bruins and the New Jersey Devils in the standings is that the Devils' 6-game, 7-game cold streak in mid-December and then losing to Boston twice. I mean, they're really technically like they're almost up there with Boston, pound for pound. Now, come playoff time, that's a totally different story. I think what they need to do right now is figure out how to put Timo Meier in the best position for success. Also, they've got to make sure that Jack Hughes is healthy because I think he's overextending himself right now. And, again, I know people will not like this, but there are certain games that Jack Hughes should maybe sit and put Sharon Govich in just to keep him fresh. You've got depth on this team. You've got Lazar now. Maybe sit Miles Wood, let him, off of that hip injury and that surgery and all that. This is the time to kind of get ready for the playoffs, but also keep the bodies healthy. You don't want to be spent before the first round starts, especially in a really rough system.
I got to look right now. Oh, so the Panthers lost today, and so did the Icelanders. The Sens are down 1-0. Because I saw some people talking about that. Actually, I was doing one of those little polls, and as soon as I clicked the Penguins for who I thought was going to be the second wild card, I was like, I wonder if Ottawa can really pull this off, because Ottawa does only have 64 games played, and the Icelanders there are 6 points up, but Ottawa's got 4 games in hand.
Yeah.
Which, man, that's going to be tough. Man, both Tkachuk brothers there are going to be battling with Florida and Ottawa for that last spot there, and then you're going to have the wily veterans with Pittsburgh and the Islanders kind of holding on. Man, it's going to be a good race. I think Washington will flame out, but it's going to be a tight race there for those wild card spots.
Yeah.
And we got to keep an eye on that, because Hell's Bells, we're only 2 points out of first place right now. And we might be tied tomorrow. Let's hope we're tied tomorrow at the end of the night when we're doing Devils After Dark on Sunday.
I sure hope so, Scotty. But
I do too, Sam Wu. Sam by God Wu, the most natural heel in the wrestling business today. Woo!
All right.
Was that like your Hulk Hogan,
yeah,
I'm a real American pose right there? I'd love to see you do like the little ear call and stuff like that,
Yeah, Are you
ready? Oh, man. All right, well, we'll be back again tomorrow. The big old Sunday show is going to take the week off. Again, just because, with the game happening and everything like that kind of overlapping. Who knows? Maybe if Short Sky and maybe we'll do we'll see. We'll see if they're around. I think Beer Baron's busy tomorrow anyway. So either way, we'll be here. Devils After Dark and Game Day Live tomorrow. Might be a Woo report in the afternoon. Who knows? We'll see what Sam by God Woo comes up with there. But big win today over a feisty, tough team, much like Arizona, a team that's ready to play, and that a lot of young kids are playing for spots and positions, and a speedy team. The Devils aren't used to that, being able to have their speed matched. Mm-hmm. Now, Carolina's coming in tomorrow. Off the L. Let's make it 2 in a row for them. Let's keep this hot streak going, moving into this tough week against FLA. 4 games against FLA. Tampa, Florida, Tampa.
Exactly. Want to thank all those tuning in, dropping the podcast at midnight. Thank you for all the compliments. Ariel says, good podcast tonight. Same with Felix. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, JP. Max, everybody on all of our social media pages. Also, remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel Let's Go Devils. Also, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts as well. Subscribe, rate, review, and give us 5 stars. Rate, review, and subscribe. And also Twitter at Let's Go Devils Pod and Facebook at Let's Go Devils Podcast. Thank you very much. We'll be at American Whiskey tomorrow for Game Day Live. All the hoopla. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I know Little Fireboy was saying, being from Nova Scotia, he had such a great time at American Whiskey, and just visit Peyton, visit everybody. We'll be there. I'll be there. See you tomorrow. Scotty, any last words?
Let's go Devils.
Yeah, let's go Devils. All right. Devils win 3-1, inching closer up the Metropolitan Division. Can they be tied in first place tomorrow? Keep it here. Let's go Devils.